Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming back to watch us again. My name is Sam, and you are watching another episode of Explorer's Guide to Thermia. It's my own homebrew setting, in where the five of these lovely people travel through my setting, encounter different cultures, beat up harpies, just standard stuff, and just do good or bad things depending on how they feel that day. Thank you again, all of you, for coming and playing. Why don't you all introduce yourselves? I already introduced myself. I'm Sam. Let's start with CJ.
I'm CJ, and I will be playing the character of Hoyt Tannen. And currently, I'm in a foul mood tonight for some reason. So I'm definitely brooding and not drinking. Maybe that's the problem. I think I've run out of rum at this point. So we'll see how that plays into tonight.
Yeah, your 10-day travel did turn into a 12-day. So the last 2 days you had run out of rum.
I've run out of rum.
Yeah. Also, you lost a horse, so now you have to ride with somebody probably.
Somebody's walking.
Yes.
I play Adam Dalton, Noble Wizard. I'm in a good mood because unlike him, I'm not, dry. So, yeah.
And he's still rebelling from setting everything on fire.
Near death makes one happy.
Yes. We're assaulted by quite a bit of the harpies.
I feel like, as the druid, I should be like, only you can prevent forest fires.
and only point at Dom.
Yeah.
Only you.
You have to tell them, it's like, look, for every fire spell, you need a water spell. The only reason one thing.
So we have our cleric for. He's the water. He's the fire.
Yeah. Jordan, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Jordan. I am playing the obvious leader, moral compass, nobleman of the group, Colburn Ramon. He's the Asmer warlock. He really is the glue that holds the whole group together. I don't know where they would all be wandering around aimlessly without me. No, he's having fun. He's having some laughs. He's getting a little buddy with Hoyt. He's coming around to Willow and Maxwell, and he's still trying to figure a Dom out. But he's having some fun, and he brought his own personal stash of ale, so he's good.
I love the idea that you just have a little flask, like just a little cask of ale underneath the seat, and every time Hoyt's not looking, you're just like.
Okay. I'm Kristen. I'm playing Willow, who appears to be human, but I am a fairy, and I've been kind of quiet behind the scenes, observing and watching forests get caught on fire.
And saving my life.
And I'm ready to kind of show a little bit more of my true self. No one knows that I'm a fairy except my partner Maxwell here, so I'm kind of waiting for that right moment to introduce that to the group. So.
All right. My name is Clint. I will be playing Maxwell Aku. I'm a druid, kind of new to the whole exploring outside of my people. So I'm new to the whole world and stuff, and seeing new people and seeing new environments. It's a lot to take in, and I seem to just be attracted to a lot of different things. So yeah, had some fun with that.
Very cool. All right. And again, my name is Sam. I am part of Three Gorillas Entertainment and a new production company, and a member of Tabletop Dads, as most people who are watching this probably are also members of that. And we had a lot of fun last time. As a little recap, they had just exited the Hogs Heaven Hotel, which was a lovely little bed and breakfast in the middle of this very forested area between the border, on the borderline between two major nations, that just so happens to have been basically taken over by a hag. And they all arrived there on the night that she was going to induct the two twins into becoming new hags. So they had to murder everyone. So they just so we started on the day after that, where they were picking up the pieces, getting everything they could, and then trying to find a way to go. They talked to all the NPCs, and then we pulled. And ended up going with Mosi, Silk Sower, the Imalamakan woman who had just been newly married to someone who had lied to her. Apparently, he had only married her for her money in hopes of using it to free his actual family that was still enslaved in his country of origin, Zaiji. So you guys ended up through a little bit of finagling on her part. She convinced you to come help her get her title back for a payment. And hence you guys have been escorting her, which should have been a 10-day trip. Unfortunately, due to weather and road conditions, ended up being a 12-day trip. Just to the base of the mountains, that is the where Imalamakan starts. You guys had a lot of, like I said, bad weather conditions, road conditions. But most importantly, you had a very bad monster encounter where a parliament of harpies, I believe 10 of them, had surrounded you at night and were eyeballing your horses. I gave you a deal. Give us your horses or we kill you all. You guys didn't like the deal. You fought them. Adam threatened to set the forest on fire. They didn't like that. They called your bluff, but it wasn't a bluff. You tried to set the forest on fire with a fireball. So they got pissed off, and all, I believe at that point there was like 5 of them left, or 6, something like that. And they all attacked you, so that's 10 different attacks that straight up dropped you.
I think it was 6 when they attacked him, yeah.
Plus 6 attacks.
Yeah, it was 6 and 4, 12 different attacks, just eviscerated a dome, who dropped like a sack of bricks. You guys, eventually, everyone came out okay. You stopped the forest fire. All the harpies got killed, but one of your horses was also killed in the combat. Yeah, so there you go. You guys are currently, it is now the next day. You guys have, you guys are on the last leg of your journey. You're only just a few hours away from the town on the map here, the first town on the Imalamakan border. You've steadily been heading uphill as you've been getting closer and closer to the Red Wall mountain range. Weather has steadied out. It is still getting colder and colder. So it has started to snow. There's a nice little fluffy layer of snow everywhere. It looks very pretty, but unfortunately you're on a horse-drawn cart, so it's not exactly the best. You're watching out for patches of ice, making sure the horse is safe, but you haven't lost any time. You've got a bunch of experience in bad road conditions in the last 12 days, right? So, do you guys want to talk about anything on this last leg of the journey, or did you want to go straight to the town?
I'd like to talk to Willow. Rum.
Okay, so how are we going on our journey?
I'm sorry, I had a hard time hearing you, Kristen.
How are we, I'm just kind of talking as a group, how are we on our journey? What, are we on a
We're in a carriage.
carriage? Okay, I'm trying to refresh my memory.
That me. I'm on a horse.
Yeah, you're on a horse-drawn carriage, and there's only, I think you guys use all 5 horses, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 of you have horses to ride on, and I guess that means you're in the carriage with 2 NPCs, which are Mosi and Saman.
Dom, much farther to the next town.
I'm not the map keeper. Do I look like a map keeper?
You're driving the damn cart.
I'm just following the man in front of me. And he's drinking. So where we go, I follow.
Days and days without rum.
Who's the man in front of you? Is that me?
That's you.
Oh. Sorry. I'm a little out of it because I've been drinking.
Shut up. You evil bastard.
Drunk evil bastard.
Selfish fool. Save his life. Still won't share the beer.
Don't have a mug. We got pour in your hands.
Days and days without rum.
Will someone get this man a drink?
See, if you were smart like me, you would have stole these from the inn.
Maybe the poetry will help.
Saman pats you on the shoulder, Hoyt, as you like look over and kind of like he presents you with like a stein with a design on it that you recall seeing at the hotel. So it's a very nice stainless steel stein. It's like I thought it was silver, but it's not. So here you go. You can have it.
Always searching for coin. But to my benefit this time. You, beer man, whatever your name be. Again, right?
Yeah, I'll see him get handed this down to him, man. They probably want you had something to put in there, huh?
The coldest thing I've ever seen.
It is cold. It is.
Oh my goodness. I believe Adon wanted to say something to Willow. Was I correct about that?
I am, but unfortunately I'm on top of the carriage, she's below. So.
Wait, what?
I'm driving the carriage, she's inside, right?
Oh, okay. That kind of carriage, like a stagecoach?
I pictured it more like an old
beer wagon.
Yeah, like one of the so she like think Firefly wagon, like so like she'd be behind you.
Right.
I'm gonna lean forward and kind of jump in the view, see what's going on ahead. Try to look through my spells to see if I can create any alcohol for him so he can be quiet, but that didn't work. So I'm gonna see what's going on now.
Modify.
You're saying you can't turn water into wine?
Fantastic! I love that idea.
So Willow's next to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as we're driving along, I look to her, and these words come hard to me, but I thank her for saving my life.
No problem.
What I did was foolhardy and a gamble, and I learned a tough lesson that night, and without your help, I would have perished.
That's why I'm here. Make
Make
sure all of us get where we're going safely.
Quit your blubbering.
Absolutely. And don't let the wannabe drunk gunslinger know that I have a flask of whiskey on me. Just keep that between ourselves.
Isn't he in the cart with you?
I'm trotting right along next to him.
Are you?
I'm like right there.
I'm leaving in the middle of him, kind of blocking the view. Like
Wait, we lost the horse. So who's riding horses? I'm riding one.
You are. You're
I'm
right.
riding one.
one.
Okay.
I thought you were-
I'm a cowboy. I'm a gunslinger. Of course, I'm riding a horse. We had 4 horses, right?
Yes,
we had 5.
We had 5.
Right.
Yeah, we have
So
5,
we have
yeah.
4 now.
Yeah, 4
So
now.
I'm riding one. You're riding one.
Okay. Just to make sure I knew who was where.
Yeah. And
I
the
guess,
one's pulling the cart.
what's his face? Maxwell used to be riding one, but now he's in the cart.
Yeah, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the back with my head down.
So we had 2 horses pulling the cart?
Yes. Because your cart was full of stuff. Now it's full of all supplies.
Now it's full of... Now it's full of people. Less supplies, more people.
So I flick the reins, I settle into an uncomfortable silence, and just stare straight ahead, mulling over of my actions during the battle.
I slow down and I catch up to you and look over and go, Chaos follows you wherever you go, doesn't it? It does. I can see it in your eyes. The darkness is there just as it is in Colburn, as it tends to try to find its way into me. What have I surrounded myself with?
I
And I
perked
shot my
up.
forward.
I perk up. There wasn't a poem with that?
Poetry's for me, the animal.
I glance
Are
at
you an animal?
Please, no more. No one wants to.
Toby.
I glance at Hoyt and just mutter under my breath. You have no idea.
All right. So with that, you guys, do a little bit of banter, a little bit of uncomfortable silences. Colburn just drinking more and more as he gets closer to Hoyt to annoy him more and more.
So that
As you start again going more and more uphill, the road starts getting a little less straight. You start having to do like switchbacks, to gain more altitude. Going up and then, turning hairpin turn, going back up again. Road's still pretty wide around here, so it's meant for travel. So it's not too bad. It's actually become very beautiful. You left one major forest and you started traveling down some like marshlands that were starting to freeze over from the temperatures. And now you've entered a more, what's the kind of forest, like almost like a large redwood forest, but instead of redwoods, it's all oak trees. So with lots of space in between them. There's these huge trees clinging. You can see their root systems just grabbing onto the rocks and just like gripping tight. And the trees themselves look like the bark on the trees don't even look like regular bark, like it's made of wood or anything like that. It looks like it's almost taken like the stony texture. It looks like trees made out of like straight iron ore almost. One of the leaves, some of the leaves start falling down, and when they hit your carriage, you can literally hear a tunk as the trees land. Like there's some serious weight to them. As you start heading to up and up and up, you've achieved like maybe 500-600 feet of altitude. You can start seeing a pretty fair distance back. You can see the forest miles back. You can see like the immensity of the Calusan forest that you just came from. But also now you do one point of switchback. You make it to like a landing area, and you can see this beautiful like immense cliff. And a huge lake that is fed by a large waterfall at the top, coming from the top of the cliff. It's gorgeous. It all is clearly ice cold, right? Because this is an ice cap fed waterfall, and you're just going beside it. Everything seems pretty normal, but all of a sudden you start hearing something come from the waterfall. At first you're like, okay, it's just the sound of the waterfall, but you start hearing like cheering. You feel like that's what you're hearing. If anyone happens to look over,
Can I roll perception?
sure, go right ahead.
Ooh, nat 20 to start the night.
Oh,
You see it?
waste them now.
Yeah,
you're right.
get out the way.
Yeah. Throw them out now so you don't have them for my encounter later.
Yeah.
But you basically see like you're a forest dude. You've been growing, so you're like looking around. You're like, these are not normal sounds. And at first in your head, you're like, okay, maybe it's just like a weird attempt at an ambush. But you see at top of the cliff, there's actually a bunch of people, like working clothes, just regular folks, just lining on the cliff, just cheering, go, go, go. And you're just like, what is up? And you're looking around to see what they're cheering at, like at your level, because they're all looking down the cliff at the waterfall. And you finally see the sun was kind of gleaming off the waterfall itself, but like you guys get to a certain angle where it's not reflecting anymore, and you can see there's 5 people climbing up the cliff face through the waterfall, just as just like the water is just pounding down at them, and they're just racing to the top. is going up, slowly making their way up as the waterfall is pounding on them. And these people up top are just cheering them on.
I stopped the carriage.
You see what they're doing there?
Look back.
It must be some type of race, or
Yeah. You think they're
I don't
gambling on it?
I have no clue.
Looks like a bunch of fools to me.
Of course, you would think that.
That's the guy that's totally cheering.
The pockets feel a little light if they're gambling on it. I could throw a few coppers down with that.
They're at about the 50-foot point, which is like about halfway, right? And you see one of them goes to like reach out. He's struggling, and he grabs the rock and he slips and he just falls into the water. Everyone's like, no! And there's like this long silence for a moment because it's like underwater, and then like after like a good 10 seconds, he's shivering. He's like trying to get out of the lake. As the other four don't look back, they're just going.
Like, well,
Is he coming out of the lake on our side?
Yes, he is. He's coming out. This young man, maybe in his couldn't be much older than 18 years old or so. He's fairly he's about 5'11", just shy of 6 feet. Pretty broad-shouldered man. He's got the tanned skin of someone who works outside a lot. So it's like that tanned, reddish, burned skin almost. And he comes out and he's like, shit, should have brought a jacket at the bottom or something. And he just starts walking. He's like looking up at the thing and he's like waves at the guys and he just starts walking his way up the switchback trail to get back.
There's nobody else around, right?
Not down here, no.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ride around to the back of the cart, grab a blanket, and I'm gonna ride over to him and toss him the blanket.
Oh, whew, thank you. Whew.
What are you doing? What's going on? What is all this about?
Oh, hey, outsiders. Hi. How you doing? Name's Makoto. Yeah, this is not super common, but this is an Amalamakan thing. It's a naming ceremony.
Naming?
Yeah, do you know much about your Zaijid, right? Do you know anything about Calusa culture? No?
Not so much on me, no.
No worries. It's like, can I hop on the cart? It's a long way up.
Come on, hop on the back of the horse. I'll carry you.
I jump out. I'll let him have my spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks, brother. He jumps in and he just gets a blanket and he's just hovering. He's dripping. He's just dripping, right? He's just pointing up at them. They're all like, they're at the 3/4 mark and they're still going. He's like, yeah, this is one of the traditions we have is where we're given a name of birth, but it's just one name, Makoto, right? If you want a surname or a title, you have to earn it. You have to do something to earn it. It's not like there's set challenges or anything like that, but if you have an idea, you want to go make a name for yourself, you go and try. And people witness it and they assign you a name. Makoto the Earthbreaker, the Makoto the Unyielding, something like that. You do something cool. The Dragon Slayer.
The Falling.
That might end up being my name today.
Makoto the Sledge.
Capo came up with the idea of saying that anyone who could climb up the waterfall during the beginning of the winter would be worthy of a name. And some of us, other mill workers around here decided, you know what, it's not a bad idea. A freaking bad idea, I'll tell you that. It was freaking freezing.
Sounds like a bad idea, and I'll look over at Hoyt and be like, drink this, it'll warm you up.
Oh, thank you. He just downs it. He's like, oh. Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
Real good people. So, where you guys coming from?
Down yonder.
Huh? You guys came through Calusa? Any of you locals? He's like looking over at you, Maxwell. You look like you're from our cousin tribes down in Calusa, in Kiowa.
Yes, I am. That's why I was about to ask where y'all's stuff came from, but you answered that question.
Where stuff came from?
Yeah, just what y'all were doing.
Your crazy climbing thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys do it different over there, don't you?
Yeah.
You just
The people I'm from, we have, I guess you'd say, a mother in the woods that kind of gives us our name and gives us, our reason.
Man, that sounds nice.
Very nurturing.
They both sound kind of wacko to me. You either climb a hill or you go talk to the forest.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, there are other challenges you could do, you know.
Maybe you should have picked one of those.
In my eyes, both uncivilized. At least one takes a bath now and then.
I'm gonna pee on his blanket later.
That's right. You can't speak much, man. It's been like a good week since you've been to an inn.
I snarl a little bit.
I still got blood on me.
Yeah, you still got
Your clothes been messed up from getting attacked by Harpy.
I kind of just roll my eyes and step out of the carriage and head towards the water to bathe myself.
It's freezing cold.
It's freezing cold.
It's like, oh, no, wait. You guys keep heading up the cliffside until you make it up to the top. Looks like looks like all four of them made it, but only one of them got there first. You see, it's 2 young women, 2 young men. There's a young man who is maybe 6'2", very large, very muscular. Again, it's got the same look of someone who just like works outside in the sun all day. But everyone's like holding his hand up, and they're just saying "Capo, Capo, yeah, Capo." And they're like, oh, should have figured he would have won. It was his idea in the first place. You see, everyone's kind of gathered around. Everyone's celebrating. Everyone's getting their pats on the back. They go. A group of them go over to Makoto and they shake his hand. It's like, "Hey, you did good, man. No worries." They give him a couple more blankets. They give him some more clothes to keep warm. And you see, there's like this older woman comes out of from the center of town. She just starts walking, hardly notice her, but then as soon as she gets within like 10 feet of everybody, everyone kind of gets silent. And she is a little like 5'4" old lady who's got a cane, just walking up to this young man. He looks down at her, and she's just staring up at him. She's like, "Good work, good job. You've truly proven yourself as someone to have unyielding will to beat the waterfall itself. You'll be known now as Capo the Unyielding. Good job." And everyone's like, "Yeah, the Unyielding." And some people's like, "That's his first time, but it's great." And then she looks over at the rest of everybody else, and she just like she goes over and she gives them all, like beckons them to like bow down, and she like gives them all kisses on the forehead to the 4 that didn't win. It's like, "Do not worry, a title is not everything. You will one day achieve your truest purpose." And everyone just kind of like has like a little mini party for a while. Everyone's just like, drinks start getting handed out. Some people start coming out with fresh fruits and cheeses and stuff like that. Seems to be some like kebabs and stuff getting passed around. It looks like some people were cooking. It looks like these are all people who would have been working today, but because of this event, they all just took the day off. As you see, this is you've arrived at a medium-sized village. Looks like there's maybe 50 or so homes, all pretty nice. It's got a nice little town square. It's kept up very well. Doesn't look like it gets much travelers or anything, but you see lots of working buildings. Like you see a couple of blacksmitheries. You see quite a few wood mills. You know, like they're fed through the river that feeds the waterfall and stuff like that. So you're guessing a big part of the business here is lumberjacking and stuff like that. And,
So the town itself is above the waterfall?
yeah, they're at they're on the cliff. Yeah, they're at the top part. So they have a nice river being fed from probably another waterfall somewhere else.
Nice view.
Yeah, actually, you do have very nice. You're approximately at like 800-foot elevation right now to where you were before. It's got a pretty strong breeze, pretty chilling winds, but all in all, it's very beautiful out here. Surrounded by these giant oak trees with the heavy leaves.
I'll lean in with the Bosi. Is that the unlocking woman that we're with?
Yes.
I'll lean into her from the horse. She's the car. And be like, so where you from? Right? So we need to take you.
Oh, this isn't my village. This is I think this is the Mako village. We're pretty close though. I'm further up the mountain at about a mile. I'm at about a mile elevation, not a mile from here. So yes, I have a name for her town. Hold on. Yeah, I'm from Ulo. Just further up the mountain. It's a much larger. It's basically city-sized location.
Alright. I'll pop another piece of cheese and be like, wait, did you shove a drink?
What?
Did you get yourself a drink?
Great.
People are all
Of course
over
I got a
the
drink.
People
I'm like
are
on my
passing
third
around-
one.
Did you? People are passing around drinks. Did you have any of the drinks they passed out around?
Let's see.
Okay.
I had him refill my mug.
Do me a favor. Roll Constitution savings, please. Wait. And you said you refilled yours. Have you tried it yet?
I probably drank like half of it, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm drinking my own stash. My flask.
17,
Yeah,
Roll
I'm
also a Constitution saving throw, please, Coleman.
well, 17 plus 2, so 19.
Fantastic. Yes.
I rolled in that time.
Yeah. Can I roll perception to see if there's any good-looking women around?
Oh, for sure.
On your left.
You better have one answer to that. You better have one answer to that.
I already told her how my character was gonna be.
This is where you roll in that one.
Well, no, no, no.
Fail.
This is where he gets all those urges out. So.
D&D is your free pass.
I mean, okay, the dice is just doing it, all right. 19 plus 3 is 22.
Don't even know the dice.
Fantastic.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh man.
Just remember the same rules apply to her too.
No. So I'll get to that in a second. Colburn and Hoyt, you guys drink this. What looks like it's just like this very dark amber colored. It looks like an ale, except that it doesn't have like that foam or anything. So maybe it's some kind of liquor. When you drink it, you drank them real quick, Hoyt, and it was. Whoo, just you got that nice little like effervescent gas coming out of your as you drink it. Some high octane stuff here, but it's got a very strong. It's not just like pure alcohol taste. It's got a very strong, like oaky, smoky taste to it. Yeah, it reminds you of like drinking like like a winter like a fire that you would light. The feeling you would get when you light a fire during winter, it feels like drinking that. It's so weird.
Drinking warmth, I feel the warmth run through me. This dark whiskey is just, it permeates my body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's his name? Makoto comes up and is like, "Oh, looks like you've already tried some of the iron ale we have around here." We get that straight from the iron oak trees. It's a bit stronger than most foreigners' liquors. But
Fine,
looks like
ale.
you're holding your own. Good job.
I'll finish the mug as he says that bit. I'm gonna need the recipe to that. This is good stuff.
It's a bit rough. We get it, like I said, straight from the iron oak trees, and they're not exactly forgiving things. They get their nutrients straight from the iron ore in the mountain.
Wait, do they have this? They have this at any of the bars here?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's the main drink we have.
All right, I'll be like, wait, let's go.
Cool. Let's grab it by the barrel.
On that note, you guys start heading towards like a bar location.
We'll catch up with you guys later.
Yeah.
At this point, we're kind of hand on each other's shoulders.
You're starting to attract quite a few people to your like. They're just like, It's like a day of celebration, man. Capo got his name. It's dope. Everyone's having a nice time. Maxwell, you had a very good perception check. You're looking around. The women around here are mostly working women. You see a lot of very large, strong-built women, very much like Mosi. She's got those like broad shoulders. She's just bigger build, but despite maybe because of it or despite it, depending on your taste, it's up to you. There's quite a few beautiful women, seemingly heading towards a bar.
There's Gina Carino.
I walk up next to one of them as I guess we're all walking towards the bar now.
Yeah, there's like one bar in town, so yeah.
So I walk up next to one and I get up next beside her, kind of close, and I'm like, "Hey, are you feeling wild? I can turn into a wolf."
From up ahead, I slightly just hear him off in the distance.
That is such an insane line. I love it. Roll persuasion. I don't even know what this.
Oh no! Hi.
I love that, like, you tried to flirt with people like 3 different times.
He's
Incredibly bought each
he's
time.
full on Johnny Bravo, man. He feels every time.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
At that point, I'm at the bar ordering myself a drink, and I'm just watching him do this because I know it's going to end badly.
I'll tell you what, I'll be about 3 or 4 into these iron ales now.
Yeah.
And I'll walk up to the girl he's talking to. And I'm like, you're really close, like uncomfortably close. Like, still stumbling. I'll be like, squeeze her like bicep, be like, oh, this is strong. There's strong people here. You be careful, Max. Be careful. She'll rip your dick off. And I'll just like slosh this and keep staring at him, and then walk away.
That sounds a bit fun.
Meanwhile, I'm holding my mug up to clank it when he comes back.
Yeah, let's see him do it now.
She has a good laugh, but she just mainly just laughs and drinks and walks over back to her table of friends.
Bartender, male or female?
Find out.
Be careful how you ask this.
Yeah, it's a woman bartender at the moment.
Okay, whenever I go up to get a drink, I go
There's
over.
quite a few bartenders, and just happens to be a woman in front of you. This is like literally half the town is in this bar right now, right? It's because everyone just came in. Capo's getting a bunch of drinks. He's at a big table, and like you're just at the bar here with a bunch of the stragglers. And yeah, there's a woman at the bar tending your side of the bar.
I would like a beer, please, my lady. Also, are you a beholder? Because I'd like to be holding you in my arms.
Oh my god.
Did you just like look up like 100 D&D lines or something?
That one hits one, but the other one I wrote down. Now it's become a game.
Can we put like a tally in the corner of like bad times?
I'll be at the end of the bar for that and be like, that was terrible, my boy.
Now now I have a task at the end of every last one of these. I'm gonna come up with as many of those as I can for the next game.
There's a chalkboard behind her, with like the different like written in like specials and prices and stuff like that. She picks up a piece of chalk and she goes to like one end of the table, one end of the chalkboard, and she makes one task mark on it in this one section. It just says bad pickup lines. And she just like puts one mark on there. Hey, first one of the day. Good for you.
I think that's earned him a free drink.
That's fair.
Sitting in the corner,
She pats you on the shoulder. You look like a nice man. And she just gives you, a nail on the house. First one's on the house. That's
Again, end of bars. Oh, friend zone. I'm pretty far.
Poetry and show them how it's done.
I'm pretty far into these iron nails now. Like I'm probably dancing the capo on the table.
All right. So I'm on my 5th iron nail at this point.
Jesus.
I'm gonna walk over to this post over here. I'm gonna look it deep in the eyes. How strange to dream of you when I am wide awake. How you doing? I'm just gonna kind of thump my head on the post. I'll just be over here, guys.
Bartender goes up to the board. Another
Another free drink.
Oh Lord. So yeah, you guys have a rather fun time. Is everyone partying? Is anyone doing anything else?
We don't know what Adam's doing.
Or Mosi and
Sitting in the
Izashi guy.
corner, studying my spellbook, drinking quietly, watching them people.
Wow.
Quietly setting
And
things
just
on fire.
passing judgment.
You sit there watching all this, be like, don't use fireball, don't use fireball.
He's got a little fire just popping up in his hands. You know?
Yo, any fire in this building is the worst stuff.
All this alcohol.
No, just calmly sipping my whiskey, watching my comrades get inebriated and make out with boys.
Your budget's messed up. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, now I got to make a bunch of pickup lines.
Just look up 100 best D&D pickup lines.
I need to.
But yeah, you guys have, you guys just got here and immediately just have a freaking great time at the bar. It's just a crazy night. You guys don't remember probably most of it. Everyone who was drinking at all, please give me a Constitution saving throw.
I feel like, to be fair, I've had like 12 of these.
Is that only the iron ale or anything to drink?
If you got drunk, right? If you just were drinking like 1 or 2 things, you don't have to roll. But like, yeah,
Okay.
you make
Okay.
I only had like 1 or 2, so.
You want to roll at disadvantage? Because I've had like 12 of these.
I was gonna say you and Hoyt roll a disadvantage, please. Yes.
Oh well, disadvantage. Let's see. Disadvantage. We roll twice and take the lower, right?
Yes,
It's still
exactly.
gonna be 7.
I
I
got
was
7.
going to say I only
yeah,
drank
hold on.
2, so.
Is that
You rolled a 2.
That's a 4. It actually went down 1, so it's a 6.
I got 7.
7. And what'd you get, Maxwell?
I would have gotten, with a Constitution saving throw, that would have been 18.
Well, if he got 1 free drink for every bad pickup line, he's passed out.
I mean,
He's dead.
He's dead.
I
The reason
only
I
drank
guess is
2.
he's been revived.
Yeah. He had 2 of the hard. He had like 2 of the hard stuff. You wake up, you're fine. You're like, okay, it's not too bad. You have some eggs. You get something getting greasy, and you feel fine. But Hoyt and Colburn. How can I explain the level of which you feel like you'd rather be dead? Just you wake up, the sun is like there's a beam of light coming through a window. It's not even that bright, but it's just blinding you. Every single sound sounds like the hammering of an anvil within your head. Everything's blurry, everything aches. You want to vomit, but you're kind of hungry. You don't know what's wrong.
let's go.
Splinters.
I'll sit
So
up and be
are we
like,
all in our own rooms, or are we all in the same room sleeping?
Everyone, you and maybe 30 people are asleep on tables in this bar. Just tables on tables, just, most people passed out. There is no inn in this place, right? So if it's just a bar. So anyone who didn't pass out drunk here would have to figure something out. If Willow and Adam didn't pass out and they needed a place to sleep, Makoto would have, being the first person I made you guys gave him something nice. He's like, hey, you guys need a place to stay. You can stay with me. My parents will gladly take you in for the night. It's not a big deal.
So we're there, and these three are dead on the table at the bar.
Yeah, they all passed out, and then you're just like, it's time to go to bed. You guys have a nice dinner at his place. His parents only got a little bit drunk. And they made a nice little Imbalamaki dinner consisting of mainly goat meat and cheese and stuff like that. Pretty good. And you wake up, without any issues.
Was I able to take a bath or anything?
Oh yeah. Any kind of regular pleasantries you guys would have wanted. This is the kind of town where it doesn't have any it doesn't have electricity, right? But it does have a lot access to running water and kind of basic plumbing kind of stuff. Yeah.
So
So
we're
they have-
there, or two of them are.
all right, so yeah, I'll kind of come to in the bar, just get like a bit.
you just see the bartender lady from last night is right there. Hey, good morning.
Like,
I had splinters on my tongue.
Yeah, you were making out with that post. It was pretty funny.
Ugh.
I'll kind of put my head down like. Where are my pants?
I believe you tried to went outside to pee, and when you came back, you had no pants. I didn't have the heart to break it to you, so I just let you sleep it off.
I'll grab the nearest mug, and I haven't mind it. All right, I'm gonna go find those.
Oh wait, well actually, before you step out, here you go. She slides you a piece of paper. That's your tab.
I'll look at it and be like, I'll slide it over to Hoy and be like, that's your tab. And walk outside and look for my pants.
Like, wait a minute. Hold on. What just happened here? How much do I?
There's a piece of paper there with a very large number on it.
Very large number on it.
It's essentially it'd be probably 5 gold pieces. So it's like a $500 tab basically.
All right. I'm down
It's running for the
to
horse bank account.
Hoy's still too drunk to know what happened. Yeah, I'll pay it.
I'm still thinking I got one over here.
Mhm. Oh, and my tip, please. I certainly don't.
I give her 7 gold pieces. Because
She looks at you, it's like she winks at you back. Thank you very much. I worked hard. 12-hour shift. I'm exhausted.
Still over the 500 though.
I've already given her the 5 gold pieces.
He's trying to trick you into it.
Wait, did you say it was 500?
No, he said it's
500
5
gold
pieces. It's like a $500
Yeah,
tip.
500 gold pieces.
No. It's 5 gold pieces. It's like a 500. You're outside. Okay? Go away.
Yeah.
We'll find
By the
you-
way, Hoyt. No, not
It's a
Hoyt.
little cold in the
Colburn.
children.
Colburn, you find your pants. No clue how, but they're at the top of the lamppost. 20 feet in the no clue.
I'll be out there like half drunk, like I got my freaking quarterstaff, just like, they're stuck.
Every time you hit the lamppost, you just have a massive headache because of the ringing.
I walk outside about that time.
Yo,
Hey, you transform into a squirrel and go get my pants.
I'm sorry. What?
Transform into a squirrel and go get my pants.
How about I transform into a squirrel, and you grab these nuts, and I walk away.
Whatever gets you my pants.
It's just you and the lamppost now. As some of you guys start walking outside, you see, you mainly start, you see a bunch of people like walking around, but it looks like they're all going specifically to like these different lumber mills. You hear the sounds of like just spinning, spinning buzz saws and just like sawing wood out there. And it's pretty noisy throughout the day. Lots of hammering, lots of sawing sounds, and you could hear the sounds of big trees being felled, not but maybe a mile away. As everyone's kind of like woken up from this immense like town-wide party and just got back to work in the morning.
This town is so loud.
Can I transform into a squirrel and get his pants?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I transform into a squirrel. I actually go away from him. I walk away, and I like scamper around in a different area as a squirrel and go up there, and I drop the pants and scurry back away.
Thank you so much. These are my pants.
You know what? They're not. they've got the name Kara written inside.
You know what? They're my pants now.
They're super tight.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Imagine skater boy pants, like super
God.
tight.
Actually, with these new pants, you start getting a couple of looks. You're like, oh, hey.
These are popular pants.
Colburn.
What?
It's still cold outside.
Jealous?
It's like a very
Of
nice
what?
street outside.
Wait. This session is just dark.
The backside where his pants seem to be disappearing.
This ain't dark. Remember the hotel? That was dark.
No, that was dark. That was a different dark. This is a little bit more adult.
This is like a thirsty session. And we're trying not to use different words because your son's right there.
Oh no, he's fine. Trust me.
This is a bad rendition of the pickup artist.
Anyway, I imagine I'll walk down the street a little bit and then I'll find my pants. I'll swap them out.
Yeah,
Not sure
Yeah.
how, but they're like 3 houses down at a lumber mill.
yeah, very much. Very much.
So nib spinners in a whole different area.
So, me and Willow are at Mako's house. Or is
That's where you guys ended up waking up. Basically, they had like a side room with like two twin beds. They're just like, yeah, this was our firstborn sons. They were twins, but they've since moved out, so you can just use these for now.
okay, so we wake up. We're served breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look to Willow and I say, should we go collect our companions?
Probably. We should probably go see what they've gotten into last night.
Sounds good. I hope you're strong enough because I really, really don't want to carry one back.
We'll figure that out when we get there. They'll be
Well, we
fine.
could always hire somebody. All right, let's go.
Can I say that I walked to the edge of the cliff and I'm just kind of meditating, just looking out over the waterfall and just the beauty of nature?
So I love the idea of you like going out there as a squirrel, and then once you get there, you
Yeah.
turn into a human. You just buck naked during
Yeah.
meditation.
Oh yeah, of course. And I only grabbed my staff, so I'm just sitting there with my staff in my lap.
I'm sure you do.
I believe that's public indecency, but it's all right.
I'm sorry. I have to. It's my character's nature. I'm gonna walk up with him and like watch him meditate. But I'm just gonna. You're gonna be a dead, like eyes closed, dead silence, and all of a sudden you're just gonna hear the trickle because I'm gonna pee off the cliff.
He's just standing next to him.
And of course, you know, me being the brooding person I am, I'm about 10 feet down the other way, and I'm just sitting there muttering to myself as I'm thinking of poetry and jumping. This is so bad.
That's dark.
I open my eye a little bit, and I just whack him on the butt with my staff, and I just go back to meditating.
Whoa! Careful the spray there. You don't know where that's gonna go.
Okay, at this point, I feel like me and Adam would have reached them, and we're just like, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
please.
I don't know what to add.
Yeah, you see these three idiots just you see this little scene.
Can we
And
just
like,
I'm like, did I just see his staff touch your butt?
Oh, great DDs.
at that you guys hear like a shake, like the brush starts like to rumble, and it's like it's like and Makoto comes out of the tree. Why am I wet? Oh, did you pee on me? Oh,
Yeah, we're peeing on people?
No, I peed over the waterfall, over the cliff.
but you shook.
That's right. I did. He did. He shook me.
Whoa! They're shaking and they're playing with it.
He gets up. You guys need breakfast?
That sounds great.
That would be nice.
Come on, I'll feed you guys.
Hold on. Before we go too far, did we sort the money out after everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
After the hog coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 90 gold each, right?
Hold on, I have it written down. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Go.
540 copper, 300 silver, and 18 gold.
Per person. Yeah.
Okay.
We had 90 total, but it was 18.
Right. Okay.
We have a potion that's with Jordan.
Yeah, we didn't find out what that was yet. It's red.
No.
I'm surprised I didn't try to drink that last night.
And we have the book. That's all I have written down.
Okay. I was making sure I got this.
Did we
all
get
right.
anything from the harpies?
Oh,
That's
you know what?
Oh yeah.
No. Like monetarily, no. The harpies didn't have any money or anything on them.
I mean, we have, well, I guess they're kind of humanoid.
Primitive?
We
Yeah.
should have looked around because they might have had.
Culturally speaking, from where you're coming from, it would be pretty bad taboo to eat the harpies.
Eat. I want to make a food bag out of one.
It's up to you.
I was gonna stick a feather in my cat.
If you guys wanted to now, for you, for anyone who is minded of that mind, you could have tried to have harvest parts of the harpies for components, basically. There definitely would have been options for that, and I completely skipped over it so we could retcon that, say that you did.
I didn't mention dead harpies.
Yeah.
I was
I'll do
wounded.
that.
I was recovering, so I probably wouldn't have thought of it.
I'll have done. I'll have collected at least 2.
Okay. In that case, do me a quick favor and give me a survival roll, please.
Survival. Oh,
I was more of a, I'm going to poke it with the stick.
I'm gonna help.
That's survival's great. I'm gonna be good on this.
Survival is
13
what?
plus 5, 18.
I also roll. Do you want mine too?
Sure, you get
19 plus 6, so that's 25.
nice. Very good. Both very good rolls from both of you. Hoyt, getting 18 total. You collect basically a lot of the like basic stuff. You quite a few talons, like taking the harpy talons and feathers, like the long ones. You have a notion based on like you have a bit of knowledge of magic and arcana. It's like this stuff can be used for different alchemical potions. The feathers could probably be used for potions of flight or feather fall, that kind of stuff. They'd be good ingredients for like some good low level spell like magic stuff. Maxwell, you have a lot of training in these kind of things. You have a very good intuition. You have a good understanding of what magical creatures, how they work biologically, and you avoid the basic stuff because it's just not your deal to collect a bunch of hag feathers and stuff like that. But you cut straight to the heart of it, and take a voice box, and because you know that if they were so inclined, their calls can be used to lure men into the woods.
Oh god!
So this could be a very good base for an enchantment based. So So basically, what that means is, Hoyt, you get 3. Basically, write down that you get 3 uncommon magical components.
Okay.
And you, Colbert, Maxwell, we'll eventually get your names ingrained in my brain. Maxwell, you will get 1 rare magical component. And what that means in my, for all of you guys out there listening, guys and gals out there listening, I know that's not how these things kind of work in D&D. I have a system where if you get 3 components of a type, you can create a magical item of that type. You get 3 commons, you can make a common magical item. 3 uncommons, you can make an uncommon magical item. You have to be proficient in a tool set that can create a type of item like that. So
can I also say that I buried the harpies in just a grave?
For sure, yeah, with your magical abilities and stuff like that, easily. Back in the scene, you guys all go to back to the inn, which is now it's not an inn, it's a tavern, but they're now serving breakfast. They switched staff, so now it's like there's no bartender, it's just like serving staff. Makoto takes you guys there, and he picks a table. Most of the people have left the bar. They're like getting up and they're walking to work now, like slapping themselves, trying to wake up. You see someone's just trying to wake up some like unconscious dude. He gets up and he's like, oh, sorry, it was too fun of a night. I'm not used to this. He gets up and it's actually why do I do this to me? Oh, there it is. It's actually Saman, the Zaiji dude you guys are escorting. Gets up and says, yeah, morning. It was a crazy night.
Yeah, it was.
They're very strong.
Keep our asses alive.
Where's Mercy?
I believe she went to Makoto's house, I think. I'm not sure. We got into an argument and I got real drunk. Afterwards.
Well, it didn't take long. You've only been married for a week?
Yeah. Not 2, I think. It's been 2.
That's
1 week.
over.
Was it? You're sober? You would have seen.
Yeah, go ahead.
You would have seen that Mosi went to got the same deal as you guys. She stayed at the house.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. To stay warm because it's too cold outside to be camping. But yeah, you guys get served some breakfast foods. Some larger eggs. You don't know what from what kind of bird they come from, but they seem too big to be coming from chickens.
Eggs.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. There's so much wrong. There's sentient creatures.
I'll talk to the bartender and be like, you guys served iron ale with breakfast?
No. Not after a party.
Be like, I'll take whatever you got then.
Okay. So it's okay. We have iron mimosas. You're gonna love it.
Iron mimosas.
Iron mimosas? I'll have one, please.
There you go.
I'll take 2.
Yeah. It's it's made from the leaves, so it's not as so it's a little bit less alcoholic and it's not as strong as like the ale, but it's a good complement with orange juice, which for some reason we have, even though there's no way we can grow orange trees up here.
I love how you were too far into that lore. You're like, I can't go back to that house.
Anytime we go into world building, it's like, oh no.
They're imported.
They're imported. Yeah, imported.
They import them.
Yeah, that's why they're very expensive. It's a whole like silver piece for each one. A silver piece is like $10. But yeah, you guys sit down, you start drinking, start eating, getting some food in your bellies. Saman is, he's relaxing. This is the first time he's gotten he seems like a little bit more chill. The Makoto, he's like, wow, well, you guys came on a great day, huh? It's not too often we have too many people actually do a challenge and succeed. And you got to experience the whole Imalamak party lifestyle. Yeah.
So what's a Malamakan life on a not trying to kill yourself day?
It's basically trying to kill yourself working. We're mainly lumberjacks over here. So it's most of the day it's just trying to figure out how to cut down iron oak trees. Their bark is literally made of iron ore. Yeah, it's a whole process that I'm not part of.
I'll Max like you hear that? They cut down trees.
We cut down trees.
Question: do you make weapons from these trees?
Actually, yeah. They're pretty. It's real difficult, but we can make some really good bows out of it. We have a process where, from what I understand, we soak it in boiling iron oak sap. If you do that for 3 days straight, it gives the bow basically iron strength, but it gives it that nice, tensile strength that you need to make a bow. But only the strongest of men can wield them.
Fascinating.
No.
Is there any place around town here so that we can supply? We've been on the road for 12 days. We've got a little bit more to go.
Oh yeah.
Running low on a few things.
Yeah. If you guys have funds, we have. I could show you around. I could take you to the blacksmith. I can take you somewhere to get your horses reshoed. I could take you a place to get some clothes for the winter weather. If you're going, are you guys going further up the mountain?
Yes.
Yes.
In need of winter clothing. Yes.
Yeah, I can take. You can basically get supplies and whatever you need. We even have the town elder is also an alchemist. So if you had needs for anything special, she could help you out there.
Which way is she?
I'll take you around. Today's my day off at the blacksmith, so I don't. By my day off, I mean I told them I was too drunk to work. So
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Is there any way we could buy a cask of that iron ale? Hoyt seems more manageable when he has something to drink.
2 casks.
Two casks.
It's not my business, but I'm sure you could talk to the owner of the establishment. That would be Kara. She's the owner.
All right.
Yeah.
Put it on Hoyt's tab.
No. You owe me 3 gold.
I don't know anything. I wasn't here.
You.
Your pants were here. You were not.
We'll call it this. How about I don't owe you gold, and I don't tell anyone.
Buy some new pants, please.
I found my old pants down at the lumber mill.
Okay.
But I'll be Hoyt, we'll sell it this way. I don't owe you money. I don't tell anyone that you felt up a pole.
I was in the tavern. Everybody saw me holding.
Yeah, we.
Nobody remembers this shit.
I certainly remember him making out.
Shut up, Adam.
Do not talk down to me like that.
I'm not talking up to you.
Remember, he set the woods on fire because Harpy were trying to take the horse.
Okay, everybody sip their iron mimosas. Take a breath.
A bendy straw.
A curly straw.
I need another umbrella.
Well, go ahead.
I was just saying you had more rope stuff. Go right ahead. I was just
Jeff, let's go ahead and let's resupply the wagon.
Can I talk to the Can I talk to the girl I need to talk to? What's her name again?
Kara.
Kara.
Yeah. You get told that her name is actually Kara Ironbrew.
All right.
That's her title. Yeah.
That's epic.
I wonder what kind of challenge she'd do to earn that.
Yeah.
That was a truly ridiculous party. Just from what I hear, it was from before I was born, but my dad told me about it. Nuts. That's my entire generation of people my age came from that party.
That explains a lot.
Surprisingly, everybody's birthday is in January.
It's like the 80s all over again.
Yeah, so you guys asked for Kara comes out. It looks like she was getting ready to like go to bed basically because she stayed up all night. Yeah, what can I do for you?
My lady.
Oh, Wolf Boy, how you doing?
First, I must say, you must have turned me into a snowflake because I'm falling for you.
It's adorable. But I'm tired. Did you have actual business or did you just throw pickup lines at me?
Do you need company?
Oh my.
I'll be on the way. I'll be like, that's another mark on the chalkboard.
The bartender back there is like, it's really early. We don't get these.
And he's sober.
Oh.
On a serious note, my lady, is there a way that we can get some of these drinks to go? Something for our wagon.
Casks.
I mean, I don't know what they sell them in.
Oh, yeah, if you have the gold, I can supply you. I have pretty hardy stocks right now. I'm not in short supply. I can supply you with casks of various sizes. As an example, my price point is, let's see here, retail for one of my casks of iron ale. If you wanted a full cask, like I would give to an establishment, you'd be looking at how much is a fine wine? Yeah, a lot. So yeah, you'd be looking at approximately 6 gold pieces.
Does that include delivery and loading fee?
I mean, no. You'd have to come pick it up yourself.
What's the price if I keep you warm?
12 gold pieces. I'll walk up at this point, put a hand on his shoulder. Let me try. I'm gonna be like, I have this coin here, and I'll hold this like silver coin. Doesn't look like anything they've ever seen. And I'll spin it on the table, and it starts like let off this sheen that reflects in her eyes. And I'm gonna use it to cast friends on her.
No. All right. Is that a save or anything, or?
No, I just get advantage on charisma checks.
Oh, cool.
And I'm gonna look at her and be like, listen, this is some great stuff that you brew here. It's truly phenomenal. You've earned your name. So we take it with us. We tell everybody what it is. We tell everybody where we got it. It's gonna be a busy town, purely for Kara Iron Brew's Iron Ale. That's some free marketing for 2 casks.
Oh, I see. So you're trying to suggest that I give them to you for exposure?
The best exposure you can get, because I'm telling you, we're going everywhere.
Oh, go ahead, boy. Persuasion advantage. It's a hard sell right there.
That is a 23.
It's very good. It's very good. Look, I've only known you folks for approximately 18 hours. So I'm not going to give you 2 casks of ale for free. But I can give you, let's call it wholesale. Yeah? So let's say you get 2 for the price of 1. So I give you 2 casks for 6 gold pieces.
I like that. I think that's very fair. I think we'll do that. And I'll
Do you ship this ale anywhere?
No, I stay pretty local.
No, we are going up the mountain to a rather large city. We could maybe make you a connection and sell some of your ale up there.
I'll chime in because I still got the influence of friends. But that's not a bad deal. There's probably quite a few pubs up there.
Which town are you going to?
Hulu? That was
Yeah,
called?
Ulo.
Ulo.
Huh. That's a major town. I haven't been able to ship anything. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give you one more for that purpose. You establish me. You use it. You sell it. You know, to a place. They like it. You make me a solid connection that's willing to go back and forth. I will. We got free drinks here forever. How's that?
Done.
Fine.
And I'll walk away, and as I'm
Oh.
walking away, I'll point over at Max. I'll be like, by the way, it was him. Because as soon as Friends is over, they know they've been cast on him.
Wait, what?
I lean over to Willow and go, sometimes this group is just utterly baffling, and sometimes they are so amazing.
Very entertaining.
Very entertaining.
All right, so one of you guys or all of you fork over 6 gold in totality.
I'll put 2 gold towards it.
Too old.
I'll throw 1.
Someone has to throw 1 more gold in.
I guess I'll throw 1 more gold in.
There you go.
I took the bet for everybody.
If she already thinks you cast the spells, she's probably mad at you anyway.
I'm standing my back to y'all.
So we've got 3 barrels or 3 casks of ale.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 large casks of ale, basically kegs.
And we're giving out samples when we go to
No, we're trying to sell the whole cast to them so that we can make
Yeah.
a connection.
We got to sell it to a bar. What was that, Sam?
Or you can just drink it and never come back.
Yeah, no, that was my thought. It's like,
But it's free drinks here forever if we make a connection.
Yeah.
And a loss
I
of
ain't living here.
6% royalties.
And we don't work here.
yeah.
So we don't have to get up work this morning. It could be last night, every night.
You could make her regret those words. Colburn's like, I'm going to retire here. What are you talking about?
Y'all have fun.
Jordan has introduced his other character, the Goliath or whatever. Colburn retired, so here's my new character.
I'm just going to roll myself back down the mountain about.
Yeah. By the way, everyone watching, I told them that the one shot that they played before would be super deadly and that they might die, so some of them made double characters. But none of them died, so
I almost had to use it.
You did, yeah, you almost had, yeah.
2 of you almost had to use it in a very serious way.
Yeah,
Did
it's
I?
very close.
Don't tell me that.
Well,
That
you
was
did.
for real.
Yeah, you weren't part of the one shot.
Yeah. All right.
So-
When would be a good time to bring our wagon around to load up our gas?
You guys load up the cast. Any other supplies you guys wanted to get? If it's mundane stuff, just get the price from the PHP, and it's just flat, whatever it says in the PHP.
I'd like to go to that alchemist downkeeper and find out if she can tell me what that red potion we got from the inn was. I'll give it in.
Ooh, very cool. Sure.
I'd like
Yeah.
to go to the lumber mill and see if I can't get some of that wood to maybe make me a nice handle on my next revolver.
Ooh, that'd be dope for sure.
I'd like to go stock on spell supplies and supplies for the wagon.
Very cool. All right.
Does anybody woodwork around here?
Everybody.
Like, I'm talking about like make staffs, like quarter staffs. So, maybe a
Makoto,
special quarter staff somewhere.
yeah, Makoto would probably tell you. He's like, yeah, actually, one of the elders, not the elder, but one of the elder folk in town. That's pretty much all he does. Is he just whittles staffs out of iron oak, which is, by whittling I mean basically chiseling. His stuff is really intricate and cool. If you want, I can introduce you to him. Maybe I don't know if it's magical quality. You'd have to talk to him.
Sure.
I'll go with Maxwell. I'll pick up some of that fine wood.
I'll talk to Hoyt and I'll drop him like a few silver. Be like, give me one of those. Just want to hold in my corset.
Who'd you give that to?
Hoyt.
Okay.
All right. So let's see here. And where's Willow going?
Um, is anyone going to? I'm not really sure as a cleric which one, like what I'm proficient in heavy armor. It says heavy armor, light armor, medium armor. Do I have armor just on?
When in your character creation, you should have been allowed a type of armor, like in your starter pack, basically.
I think you would have been given chainmail.
Okay.
Something like that.
You have none of your stuff.
Oh.
Here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just didn't add it. So let's see.
For now, I'll follow them, and I'll.
Cool. Let's start with Edom. You wanted like basically freshen up your spell. I believe you just bought a spell components pouch at the like during the travel. So no biggie on that. You just like grab a couple extra little like miscellaneous things. Some back guano because you cast the fireball spell.
Yeah.
As for supplies for the carts and the horses and stuff like that, for how many days? It's still like
5.
about 5 days.
Yeah.
So 5 days supply for everybody in total will probably be. How many are we doing? 5, 7. So. Nah.
It's hard.
Best way to learn it.
So yeah, that'd be roughly 7 gold pieces. And that's for basically everybody for 5 days, including the horses.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Next up, we'll go ahead and hit up, since I think most of you are, let's go to the alchemist first. Makoto takes you over to the alchemist, which is the elder of the town. She is named Amos. Amos the elder.
Fucking. I don't give any grief. I don't know. Not really full. Guilty. They'll be like, hey.
The second you come in, Amos just kind of like hands you a cup of tea. Here you go, sir.
Oh. Have the iron stuff in it.
Oh no. It's to help you with the hangover.
All right. Oh. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. Thanks.
She openly laughs. I know. It's bitter and not good, but it will get rid of the headache. Trust me. I am well aware.
Well, take your word for it. And kind of like sets the cup down.
You see her, she's like drinking heavily from the cup of tea.
How it tastes.
Well, it cures the hangover. I mean it. So, young man, I believe you've come to me for a reason. You're an outsider. Nice to meet you. My name is, I forgot my own name, Amos. My name is Amos.
Must be tea.
Colburn is my name, and most people. I have in here starts digging through his pouch, like pulls out the skin book.
Is anyone here at the Alchemist?
No.
Is it just Colburn?
Yeah.
This ought to go well.
She cuts you off. Are you a Lotra? She looks at you. She goes up and she tentatively goes to reach for your face.
What do you do?
Do you stop her? Do you allow her to touch your face?
I kind of hesitate.
She just touches your. She's oh, you are a Lotra. Sorry, that's a Kalusan word. I believe someone with power is like you have the blood of a spirit in you.
No. What? Kind of looks shocked. I do some magic and stuff. That's because this little totem that I have here. He kind of points the thing on the end of his quarterstaff like this stone. I mean, that's I can do some magic and stuff.
No, it's just a regular stone. I can tell.
What do you think I am?
Low trip.
Oh, I mean, you might have to drink some more of your tea there to cure your hangover. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh well, you're kind of revered, not revered, but accepted and respected in our culture. So you don't have to hide it from me. But if it makes you uncomfortable, we don't have to talk about it. You said you wanted me to do something.
Yeah, you kind of like still eyeballs you a little bit. It's like, let's hold off on that for a minute. Why do you think I'm this spirited thing?
Oh, I've been around for a while. I have been touched by spirit of this land. I've been here long enough. I'm one of the few Imalamakans who truly, communicates with the spirits of this area. So I've gotten a handle on the sense. I can kind of, it's not exactly smell, I just kind of feel creatures' magic lures.
They'll kind of like look around and make sure that he's the only one. Did Makoto or whatever that brought me here, did he come in with me?
He showed you, but since they wanted to go to the other place, he's just like, "Well, this is the place. She's very nice. You'll be fine." And he takes them to the wood carver.
So I kind of look around and be like, all right, listen, I got some secrets, sure. But up until now, until I met you, nobody knows a thing. There's this guy that I'm traveling with. He might know a few things, but that was a life or death scenario. And it's not a spirit. It's pretty dark.
I did sense some darkness there. I don't think your blood is dark, though. I think your blood comes from a more lighter place. But you also seems like you've been in contact with some true darkness.
It was light once. It's not light anymore, and that's the way I'm keeping it. It's way more fun this way.
I suppose everyone has to walk their own journey.
The world didn't look out for me. Spirit did.
I understand that. Your people and my people have got short shafted. Yours more than mine. Quite aware. But we all must make our way, and if that's the road you want to take, may your feet be swift and to avoid the dangers that are upon it.
But thanks, and instead of winking like normal people would, his eyes kind of gloss over to the black. That only happens when he goes full Asimer. Like, I assume I can count on your discretion.
Of course.
But anyway, back to business. He kind of looks around like nothing happened. So, I found this recently. He pulls out the vial of the red liquid. Not my thing. I figured you might know what it is before. I didn't want to drink it.
She uncorks it. She smells it. Whew, okay, easy enough. That's a potion of let you breathe fire, spit out fire from your mouth. It's a fire breath. Yeah, that's the word, fire breath. That's the way she puts it.
Interesting. So I just drink it and I can spit fire?
Yes. For a short time, yes. It'll allow you to breathe fire.
All right, I'm going to keep that for a rainy day.
It's actually pretty useful, especially it seems like you guys are heading up the mountain. Keep that handy. It is we're heading into early winter. That's troll season up there.
Oh man.
Interesting. No one had told us that. I'm gonna.
It's from what I hear, it's gotten kind of bad this year. We've had some communication with the cities up top, up higher up the mountain. It's pretty bad this year. They're offering a bounty for every dead troll you can bring in.
I do know someone who's very interested in bounties.
Can't remember. She's looking through some like papers and she's here gosh. They sent this down here. None of us end up going up the mountain, so you can just take it. It's basically like an official missive from the Calusan government, saying that if you take a dead drone body to any like city center, like a major city center, you can turn them in for 100 gold pieces each.
Yeah, I'll definitely take that. Thank you. Thank you for understanding.
Of course, and for your secret, for prying your secret unwillingly, I will not charge you for the identification.
That's much appreciated. For that, you see this like uncharacteristic act of kindness as he still leaves a silver on the table and be like, "I know the time's right."
She before you turn around, she grabs your bicep, and just basically just turn you around and look at you. Oh, it's hard out there. You should. I see you have some friends with you. Don't shut them out.
Acquaintances, but I'll keep them close for now. They're useful in a fight.
That's
And,
all she's.
yeah, I'll turn around and just walk out, still kind of going over the whole thing in my head because it's weirdest interaction I've ever had with somebody.
As you walk out, we'll cut over to you guys walking over to Makoto walking you over to the staff maker. Let me just pull up his name here. This is Tehe. You see, this is just a man in possibly his mid-60s. He's got long pale white hair, but it's been kind of wrapped up in a long tail, and he's just kind of got two vices gripping this long piece of wood. He's chiseling different runic symbols into the wood and stuff like that, going on around and just untightening the vices and turning it and tightening it and then chiseling again.
Hi, good sir.
Huh? Oh, hello. Don't give me any visitors. What can I do for you?
Can we have a moment of your time, please?
As he looks at the staff. Okay.
I was wondering, do you sell any of your wares here?
He looks at this wall of different staves and different little creations. No. Keep in mind.
It's a fine collection.
Did you? He looks at you guys. It's Hoyt, Maxwell, and Willow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He looks at you all. Are you looking for something in particular?
I was curious if you had anything with a magical means, a staff of some sorts. I have this quarterstaff I got from my clan, but I was looking for something with a little bit more can-do attitude, I guess.
Okay, do me a favor. Roll, no persuasion on this. Just roll me a D100, so 2D10s.
I rolled 2 8s.
Which one, those 2D10s, one
Oh,
should
wait, yeah, you're talking about the doubles. Never mind, my bad.
Oh, still, if you got 2 8s, it'd be 88.
Yeah.
Cool. In my head, you had to beat a 60, right? Is it well? Now that you mention it, I may have worked on something with a few materials. He digs in the back and he pulls out this basically it's made of iron oak, right? Which it's not the bark or anything like that, so it's just the wood of it. which
Yeah.
has this natural like dark brown. It's not even dark brown. It's almost like a light black kind of metal sheen to it.
Right.
Yeah, grayish wood, and it doesn't have. It has a few carvings in it, going down its various different like animals, depicted in different jumping motions and stuff like that. Um, I made this out of an iron oak tree that was struck by lightning. Lightning doesn't really hurt the tree too much. It's got it's a good conductor. But it leaves a nice little pattern within it. I left a little hollow that was burned out, and I used it, filled the core of it with some unit hair I found. Well, I acquired and find. So this staff does have some magical properties to it, but to be honest, I can't imagine who would be able to properly pay me for for the value of this thing. I spent literal weeks on it. But if you want to look at it, you can. Sure.
Okay. What's the price point that we're talking about here?
I got a little bit of here.
Cutting in and out.
Who?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Sounds fine to me.
No, my pencil fell down and somehow muted me. Don't know how that happened. Give me 1 second.
$200 platinum pieces.
1 billion.
Billion copper.
I forget, CJ. I gave you a few silver to get a staff of it.
Did you? I wasn't listening.
You never are.
I just took the silver.
There we go. Sorry, took me so long. For this, the 500 gold pieces.
Cool.
It's a very rare item.
Trade you a horse.
500 gold pieces.
We trade you white.
Sir, did we get your name? Did we get your name?
You did. My name is.
Tay, what it?
Hey.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Tay.
I remember.
I'm the list I got here. Tay.
Kang?
Yeah.
Hey, T-E-H-E.
He said a drink.
Hey. Okay, well, Maxwell over there along with his staff for a minute. I'd like to talk to you about the properties of this wood. I'm interested in buying.
I've been interested in
sample.
wood.
I'm interested in buying a sample of it. I myself is a bit of a tinkerer. You know, I have ideas for a new weapon that I want to make, and I'm wondering if your wood might improve the qualities of this gun.
Interesting. Well, iron oak is fascinating. It's got a lot of properties depending on what part of wood you use. It's incredibly dense wood with the resilience of metal. It's about twice as heavy as most woods.
Can it be carved? Does it need to be worked with the wood itself?
It's a hard process. It's specialized, and we try to keep it secret. But it, as you can tell, it involves quite a bit of chiseling. Basically, it's a very involved process of trying to make it suitable for tools. We can make bowls out of it and things like that, but it involves long, hard processes. But they usually yield good results. In the case of what do you want to use it in?
So I'll pull out my revolver and present it and lay it down on the counter. And as you see, this handle on this revolver here it's worn. This revolver's served me well, but I've had it for many years. And through my travels, I've learned many things, and I feel like my abilities have grown enough that I want to craft my own. The ironwood seems ideal for the handle.
I see. Well, in the right hands, some of the properties can be conveyed into it. Suitable, maybe there could be iron oak has a lot of obviously iron in it, so it's got a lot of anti-fey properties built into it. It's not the same as iron, right? Iron is the best defense against fey, but iron oak still does. If you hit a fey with iron oak, they still get hurt, you know? So that's a nice benefit. Maybe something like that. Or you can use it for a more mundane means as a counterweight. So it helps you with your aiming and recoil. So maybe it sort of increase your accuracy a little bit.
Well, I'd like to buy a sample of the ironwood, and you know, I'd pay you for any teachings that you could give me that would help me to create this, work with it, and to help me create the weapon I wish to create.
Okay. I can give you a decent sample and some lessons. Be about 10 gold.
Gold. Okay. Would you happen to have any inexpensive staffs and a few silver that this wonky gentleman gave to me?
Looks around. He sees like a handful of silver. He goes into the back and he comes out with a staff made out of yew. It's not even like it's not a. Here you go. This is like one of those starter training. It's nicely carved training staff for kids learning how to defend themselves.
Perfect. Sounds good. Sounds like exactly what I need to. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the 10 gold and the handful of silver.
Sure.
Can I meet up with them at this point?
Hold on.
No, that's too late.
But yeah, you're coming this way, so we'll do that. He's handing over some money. I want to go back to Maxwell. What's up, Maxwell?
Out of character. You said something that I didn't know.
You knew anything about it?
She forgot about it. Ironwood, she's fey.
Yes, you haven't touched it yet.
But I did drink the drink that was made out of iron. So, okay.
I thought you said you didn't drink any of it. You did?
No, you did, because you went to his house, right?
Roll Constitution.
I'm not at the bar. Maybe if y'all didn't hear me, then I didn't say it loud enough, but I did say I ordered like 3
You probably did. You probably did say roll Constitution. Sorry. You got the iron mimosas too.
Like a werewolf drinking a silver cocktail.
Okay.
Now roll again. Not with your Constitution save, which is +3.
Yeah.
So you're only at disadvantage.
15 +3
Was 8.
Yeah,
Okay. 13.
that's 16. So it'd be 16.
Okay.
You very barely passed. In my head, I had DC set of 16. You've been maintaining your composure very well. a true exemplar of Fey composure. But inside, you're like, I'm gonna die. Like, very much poisoned. You drank a lot of poison, basically. And you have such terrible stomach cramps and like just like shortness of breath.
She puts a little inside the wood.
You would be sweating bullets if it wasn't so ice cold outside. Like everyone's got like jackets on. You're just like
Here we are in that wood shop.
It's so you're just such a brutal mistake. You did not know. Oh god, I can't believe I'm thinking about that. You're looking out, but for sure, it's just like your eyes are so bloodshot. You're white knuckling it. You're like everyone. They're just talking money. You're just like, just get through this. Just get through this.
And we don't know she's fake, right?
Nope.
No.
Other than me.
Yeah. So at this point, can I like excuse myself? I'll kind of mention it to him, give him more information. Like, I'm gonna go back to the house that we were at, see if I can maybe take a rest, heal up a little bit, and I'll see y'all again in the evening.
You're trying to.
Okay.
By the way, Maxwell, the staff. I just told you it was magic. I didn't tell you what it did. Let's see here.
I don't have 500 gold anyway.
Oh
Yeah, no bother.
Right. No worries.
Still,
You could save up and come back.
I mean, all I have is 47.
1/10.
Yeah. Like, not even in the realm of possibility.
This is how the whole thing with Amigo Montoya started. Came back asking for 1/10 the promised price.
one of the most obscure references from that movie.
I know.
I had to think about that one.
Dude, I know that movie inside and out. You start talking 1/10 the promised price, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I love this movie. And I was like, what scene is he talking about? Now I have an image of it in my brain, but in my head for a second I was like, is he making this up?
He's not.
Nope.
So yeah, you drop the money, he hands you the goods. He throws in the staff for free. It's just no worries.
I pocket the extra silver. How much of the wood do I get when I add? What am I adding in there?
So ironwood, since you're using it as a component type deal, he's going to give you essentially one material. It's going to be one material component, right? Of uncommon, one uncommon material component. That's this one you just write it in as parentheses, iron oak. Wood. Right. So if you wanted to make a magic item, I believe you have more than 3 uncommons. You can do something with the iron oak and the hag's feathers and talons and stuff like that. And this is a time when Hoyt is not Hoyt. Colburn is walking in. Like you see Willow just kind of like walk away briskly back to the place.
It's kind of like,
That's when it comes out. He's got like a bunch of he's got some like wood. He's got a staff balanced in there. And
like, oh, wait, what'd you give me? What'd you give me?
This!
And I'll look at him, and I'll give him a look, be like, pull mine out, and be like, I already have this. Like, give me that. Give me that. I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna go back in.
Staffs.
I'm gonna go back into the guy and be like, listen, my buddy, I gave him some silver to buy one of your ironwood staffs. And he bought a U staff, this one.
I just gave it to him.
Okay. I wanted to buy an ironwood staff.
Good.
How much are those? And I want you to inscribe it to something if you can.
Inscribing something?
Yes.
That's a harder one. I mean, I love inscribing ironwood. What is it gonna cost you? Let's see. No magical properties, just staff. Something nice on it.
I mean, if you're feeling generous and you want to put some magical in it, sure, but I'm not looking for anything special.
Sure. I can get you an iron oak staff. Maybe looking at. What's a quarter staff cost?
Less than gold, isn't it?
Two silver pieces.
2 silvers.
So this is iron. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is also ironwood.
I
Yeah.
can, for 2, with the inscription, let's call it, 4 gold pieces. I can get you one with an inscription in it. It'd be iron oak. So mechanically speaking, iron oak one is gonna just do 1 damage die higher. So instead of a D6, it's a D8. Instead of a D8 two-handed, it's a D10. Right?
Bonus
So
is
that,
Like, so if you wanted to add a magical property, how much extra would that be?
oh, well, that's a little bit more work. We're talking something at the most basic, about 50.
50.
At the most basic.
Now, I have this. He holds this up. He's like, so he popped it off the end of his quarterstaff. Like, moonstone. A nice white glow, blew into it. I can give you this for your work.
What's the actual worth of it? I'm gonna roll an insight appraisal into it. What's the actual worth of it? Just so I can base something.
What I say about the moonstone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says 50 gold pieces on.
Yep, 50.
Yeah, beyond.
Cool. I was gonna say if you're gonna try, okay, that's a fair trade. I don't know if you wanted, you could try to deceive him to make it make him think it's more valuable. But
No, I'm actually not going to see him. I'm going to straight up.
oh, interesting. I can do something with this. All right, sure. I can take that as payment. What would you like on your staff?
Description he hands to him. He's like, just copy it straight like this. He hands it to him. It's in celestial script, and like, just need to say it. He has to say, "Born of blood, forged in iron."
Okay.
The entire time he's like he's thinking back to what the old lady said about keeping these people close as friends. And it just kind of like got to him.
I like that. Did you have something in mind for what it could do? Like out of character? Or did you want me to come up with
I didn't. You can come up with it. I didn't have anything in mind.
I got an idea. I can do something with that. Do you have anything I can use like that as a magical source? It would make it simpler, quicker, basically. Otherwise, it might take a while.
He kind of like pauses for a moment. He's like, "I do." And he pulls out the red potion.
Oh. Okay. Changed my idea now.
He's like, your elder asked us. She told me this is like fire breathing if I drink it. That's magical.
Yes. This will bring it up this bumps it up a notch. Come tomorrow morning. I'll work on it. I should be able to get it done by then.
You got it. Kind of gives like a satirical bow.
Sure. Very cool. Is there anything anyone else wanted to do before tomorrow morning?
I'm gonna go to the house and check on Willow.
As I'm dying in the bathroom.
Well, I was gonna do a perception check when Willow walked in because like there's something off with her.
Okay.
Sure. Roll perception. Willow, roll deception.
So I rolled a 15.
Oh, shoot me. Oh,
Oh, there you go.
oh. We gotta see what he has.
I rolled a 15. What am I looking at? Hold on.
Perception. So it should be check on the skills. It's in alphabetical order. What's your bonus for perception?
None.
Okay. Do you have anything in wisdom? No, right?
Yeah. Yeah. +2. So
Okay.
17.
17. Yeah. And Willow.
17.
Oh.
Good. So
Oh,
you see her. You think you know it's an even transaction. You think it's like, okay, well, I mean, she's in a hurry. That's kind of weird, but you have a hunch that like something's like bothering her, but you don't get like you don't see in detail like any of the signs of the poison. Basically, you just feel like, oh, she's got a leak.
I'm
Like,
kind of like holding my so it looks like I'm just having some stomach issues.
it's like, not lamb's not the goat's not agreeing with her.
Then I just go back to studying my spell book.
Very cool. Maxwell, you said you wanted to catch up.
I come in and I look at a dom and I'm like, is Willow here?
Upstairs taking a poop.
Yeah, she seems to have gotten into something that doesn't agree with her. I'm gonna go check on her.
You do that.
All right, I go and I check on her. Willow, is everything gonna be okay?
I don't think so. I hope so. I'm hoping after a few more hours this should die down. I'm not going to drink anymore. I think it was the iron and the alcohol. Obviously very poisonous to fake creatures. And I didn't think about that. But hopefully everything in a few hours it'll be fine. It'll pass.
But if you need me, you know where I'll be.
Thanks.
All
I
right.
have to close the bathroom door.
It's very much you guys spend the rest of the day. Yeah, you kind of vomit a bit. You just feel like you're trying to clear. You feel better after you vomit. After a few more hours, most of the symptoms go away. It seems like it starts passing through your system. There's like, for most of the day, there's like this slight ringing in your ears, almost like the chiming of like an iron bell in the back of your brain. You're like, oh gosh. But once it gets to like midday, mid-afternoon, you're like, okay, I think I'm good now. A couple vomits in, you know. The rest of you guys spend the rest of the day however you please. You spend an extended amount of time here. Saman and Mosi don't seem to mind. Saman is just hanging out. He's talking to locals. Just being sociable. Mosi seems a little bit more at home in this kind of area since this is like her home nation. But she's still kind of like keeping it to herself. She's a little bit worried with possibility, with the future. So unless any of you guys have anything else to do.
I just informed the party that the wagon's fully stocked for 5 days. They all owe me like 2 gold each. No. That the wagon is provisioned for 5 days. And, what lingering stuff do we have to do in this town before we head out?
I don't think there's much to do. I think we should head up on the mountain.
Well,
He'll swing his leg over his horse and hop on.
well, I mean, not. I do believe we should rest for one more night before leaving. It has been a long day collecting supplies and getting outfitted.
Well, this is the next day, so this is like next morning.
Okay. Next morning?
Yeah.
So
You guys have been here literally 2 nights, basically.
Two
Has been
nights.
spent. And now this is
I'm ready to
the
go. Who else has business here? And I look at Max, like pointedly, like, do you have any business here left?
Possibly. But I'm ready to move on.
As Hoyt jumps on his too, he'll be like, Hoyt, by the way, I think this might be up your alley, but the elder, the alchemist, He gave me this, and I'll hand him the scroll, the missive. Because it looks like they're up the mountain. It's the rest of you guys might want to hear this too. Apparently, up the mountain, it's ogre season.
Troll
season.
Troll season.
Why
And,
would you not tell us about this?
Why would I want to know about trolls?
I'll be like,
Why are we hunting trolls when we're on a delivery
No.
mission?
well, they're going to be in our way, but anyway, it looks like the Collusion government is offering 100 gold a pop if you bring these trolls back as a bounty.
Dead?
My pockets
Probably
are
preferably
feeling a
dead.
My
little
purse
thin.
is a little thin. I do recommend that we leave our assets behind in the care.
Well, here's the downside. Her village is up the mountain.
And you have to, and like it said in the missive, you have to take it to like a city center.
Yeah.
So this place wouldn't pay you. You'd have to take it to a city like the one that she lives in.
So we would have to backtrack, collect our assets, and then continue forward.
No, you.
If we left that behind, yeah.
Yeah. You would either to keep them the way you want, you'd have to go kill, come back, collect them, and then go back up, or you could just do it in one fell swoop.
And risk losing our assets.
I will say, if you guys bring this up near Mosie's like, we've already spent enough time here. I need to get home. No.
I leave this up to a group vote. I do recommend that we leave them behind. There's a greater risk. Trolls are no easy foe.
So,
I'm all for it. I mean,
I wonder what our odds would be of running into a troll on the main road from here to this town. If we can get to the town, we can find a place to park and deal with this, and then we can go and do our hunting, to say, and collect a few coin.
The elders seem to think they were pretty bad out this year, so even on the road, you might
Yes. That recommends a high chance of an encounter.
bingo.
So
Mostly
either
troll hunting.
Yeah, Mosie speaks up. It's like trolls have always been a problem this time of year, but they're usually not on the roads. But if it's a particularly bad season, they could be, I guess. I can't imagine there'd be too many. The roads are pretty far from where they would normally be hunting. They come to this area, or to that area in particular, to eat a specific food. And the road's kind of far from there. But I mean, it's not unheard of. They'll eat
I call a
anything.
vote.
So
I call a vote. All in favor of going forward with our assets? Raise your hand.
mostly raising her hand along with Saman.
Not looking to backtrack.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah, whenever I'm backtracking, I'll go.
Forever forward. Forever
looks like
forward.
my hands are tied. Very well. Let's continue on. I turn my back and get into the carriage and wait. Clearly displeased.
I believe there is one more last piece of business. You have to pick up your staff, right?
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. That's why I was like, does anyone have any business?
I forgot about that.
So you you make one last round, like you guys are about to go. You're like, oh wait, let me go back. You go back on the horse,
I roll my
and Chehe comes down. He's got the staff in hand. All done. Stayed up all night making it.
I appreciate it. So,
Yeah, it's
What does
this.
it do?
It's that beautiful, light, like metal gray black color. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, even though it's made of wood. It's, it's got the what do you call it? That phrase carved into it, and kind of like it's just straight down the shaft, and he hands it to you, and it's got a bit of warmth to it. He's like, I infused it I soaked it for several hours in boiling iron oak sap that has been infused with that potion you gave me, which, by the way, very hard to work with, but managed to soak it in there. It's deep in the fibers now, and managed to work it so whenever you say that phrase in Celestial, right? You told them to carve it in Celestial?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you say that phrase that's on there in Celestial, it will alight. For 1 full minute, it will be cloaked in radiant flame, white in white hot fire, and it will allow you to do an extra 1d6 fire damage on every attack.
Very nice, Daddy. You are well worth your weight.
And remember, it's iron oak, so it does 1d8 instead of 1d6, and 1d10 if you use two-handed. Huh? Well, thank you for your payment and your business. It was fun working on that, actually.
Cool. It does what you can say it does. I might be back for some other stuff.
Well, you know where I'm at.
And I'll bolt back to the group.
Great. And you guys head up. So, you guys hit back on the road. Everyone's tucked in. Everyone's feeling back 100% on their game. You guys exit the town. It's colder and colder. And the snow, it's been a couple days. It has continued to snow. So the snow is starting to stack up a little bit. So it's making the road a little bit harder. The worst part is, once you get to a certain point, for the most part, it's been pretty steady. You start getting to a point where the mountain range itself starts like getting steeper and steeper and steeper, and direct travel is no longer possible. It's just nothing but like these sidelong trails up and down, just going like up one side and up another, trying to gain height. Basically going a mile to go up like 100 feet, going back like that. And after a while of that, the greenery starts falling away, and it just starts being red, like a red rocky mountain range right now. Strong winds. These roads are barely wide enough for your carts and your horses, and it is ice cold. The snow is posing a much more of a threat now. But you guys have managed, right? Still going based off the rolls that you got before for your travel time, right? Now, I will say I will need one very important roll from someone. If someone can just give me 1d20 roll, please.
I'll do it.
Okay.
$12.
No, Lord.
Let's middle of the road. We'll see that.
Small dragon.
So, you guys get to this. You guys are, like I said, you're traveling through all this. You see all the scenery. Mosi is starting to like look around. She's starting to like lighten up. You know, she loves this kind of area. This is very much her like home temperament, right? It's actually getting a little bit. I don't know if any of you have ever really been this high. You're getting close to a mile up in the air. The quality of the air is starting to thin out a little bit. Yeah, starting to feel a little bit of the effects. But once you start getting to maybe mid-afternoon, right? You guys have been traveling for well over 8 hours now. The sun has gone. How's the map in my hand? There we go. So you're going this way, it goes east and west. So the sun is set behind the mountain range. So you're in the shadow of the mountain. While before, at least you had the heat of the sun to warm you up. Now it is frigid cold, and you can feel it in your bones. There's this wind beating against you, and you're just huddling up inside the carts. And those of you on the horses are just like, you got the cloaks drawn over you for warmth. And you're just going across this long stretch of road that's just on the side of this mountain, and you can see above yourself all the other stretches of road that just as you look up. If everyone could do me a quick favor and roll perception. Anyone who is paying any kind of attention to the area.
Oh,
11 plus 5.
5.
I got 11 plus 5, so 16.
16.
3 plus 2, 5.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I have a 23.
Jeez.
21.
So just the two of you. The two 16s were very close, but just shy. You guys see some like rocks, like you hear like the thing like of rocks like falling down. You look up, you don't see anything. It's like, oh, okay, just snow must have pushed some rocks over. But Willow and Maxwell, you're looking around. You saw that same like the pebble falling. And you're looking around to see. You guys were a little bit quicker in your tracking, and you see like a head that was looking at you guys just pop back from behind an overpass. It wasn't from the road above you. It looked like from a hidden like little tiny like cave type deal that you couldn't really see because you're in the shadow of the mountain right now. But you saw him like, ooh, and then pop back in. So you're definitely spotted by something. And you, too, will not be surprised. You are the only two that are not caught off guard. So let's see here real quick. Everyone give me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage except for Maxwell and Willow. You will have a regular roll.
How do I calculate my disadvantage?
Roll a
Roll
d20
twice.
twice.
And you said dexterity?
Yeah, dexterity saving throw, please.
Wow, that's my
11.
first one was an 18, my second one was a 2.
Nice.
So plus 3, that's a 5.
5 and 15.
So you take the 5 and add your dexterity modifier to it.
So 5 would be 7.
She has 11, and I have 14.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
so-
We can't be surprised. Because my weapon of warning is for me and my companions within 30 feet. We can't be surprised.
Oh.
Ooh!
Okay, so that means Hoyt, you had that 18. I believe Adon, you had that 15, right? What was the first roll?
17.
Be 17.
I think, what was it for you guys, Willow and...
I had 11.
And I had 14. So we have.
You made it worse with it.
Willow's actually the only one that fails. It was a 13 DC.
Whoops.
So hold on a second.
It's a good thing you're in the car.
Right.
He's rolling too many
Okay.
times.
So it is.
You're right.
So from up top, from various different little holes that like basically just get pushed, like rocks get pushed out, and these little holes open up, and several like chest-sized rocks start rolling down the mountainside onto where your area is, and you just hear the yipping like yeah, as they're like as these big chest-sized boulders are getting rolled down the mountain, and one of these things could easily take you guys out if they land on your head. Anyone who fails takes 22 points of bludgeoning damage. Anyone who succeeded takes 11.
Ooh.
The cart is going to
Oh no.
roll me a who's the driver? It was Adam, right?
Yeah.
Roll a what's it called? Proficiency plus. Let's do. Dexterity. Yeah. Roll. So because you're proficient in land vehicles, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys all heard his what is it? Your weapon of warning You all hear a weapon of warning just like sound a blaring alarm. Just like it's like danger is coming, danger is coming. And you're all just like what? So you what was your roll, Adam?
Did I roll a d20?
D20, yes. Plus your proficiency plus your dex.
So 18 plus 2.
Oh yeah, you killed it.
Yeah.
In
And
that
plus
case,
3, 23.
okay. So you booked it. You're like, you just like, yeah, the horses, and you saved the cart from taking a majority of damage. The cart still takes 11 points of damage, which I will be keeping track of. It's pretty significant. There's some damage to one of the wheels. The canopy just gets snapped. Like 2 of the ribs for the canopy get snapped. The people inside are safe, but the cart has taken some damage. So 11 damage to the cart. The cart in total has 50 hit points. So
Okay. So does that mean that Max and Willow, who are in the cart, don't take any damage from the bludgeoning?
Oh, were you both in the cart?
Mm-hmm. They're both riding in the cart.
And I was the driver.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're not protected by the canopy or anything like that. No. But if that's the case, Willow, you'll only take half then, right?
So instead of 2, it'll be 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
You saved Willow from that extra 11 points of damage. Good call on that.
Thanks.
Much better.
Yeah.
Good driving skills.
I just started looking at it, and you're just like, oh, we're going too fast for this thin road. So I will say, you guys have like an instant here to think about what you're going to do before I say roll for initiative. You guys are kind of like in a bad situation. They're above you, maybe 20 or so, 30 or so feet above you in these little outcroppings. Or in these little holes in the side of the mountain, and they're dropping rocks on you.
And how does the road go? Does the road go like around and then come back up above them? Or is the road just going to...
Yeah, basically, if you follow the road, if you followed it, you would then be above those holes. But the holes would still be like on the side of a nearly sheer rock face, basically.
So they would be below us, though, then?
They would then be below you, yes. And you think road-wise, you're looking at maybe like about like 600 or so feet of travel to like go all the way up and then around.
How far did the wagon travel? Or the carriage?
The carriage, basically, you moved out of that range, so you moved up like a quick like 40 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the speed on the carriage? How far can it go each time?
Carriage can go with the 2 horses, I believe, 40 feet around. Well,
Okay.
I mean, you can charge, and then it's like 80 feet around.
I don't know if you want to charge on the hill. All right, well, I'm going to, being that I'm on horseback and I'm a gunslinger, I'm going to go ahead and drop back to make room for the cart to try to get out of their range. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shoot. I'm basically going to be shooting while I'm riding away. I think we should all just try to get away.
Okay, cool. That's what I need to find out. It's like that's the goal. Is just like we'll get out of here. That's if that's the case, we'll just do it 1-1. Your group, their group, right? They just went, so I'll let you guys do what you want to do. Is there any preparation? They just did their attack. Is there any preparation you guys wanted to do? Or it's like Hoyt is holding an action to shoot anything that pops up, right?
Right.
I'm gonna
charge the horses.
You're gonna curse the horses, all right?
I'm gonna hold a reaction with Thorn Whip, which is my cantrip. That way, if something's flying towards us, I might be able to knock it away, if that's possible.
Very cool. All right. What's the range on Thorn Whip?
Thorn Whip is you create a long vine-like whip. Let's see. If the creature is large or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you. It doesn't say the range.
Should be on the top of the card, like where it says. Like,
I'm sorry. Yeah, 30 feet.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Then you can do a bunch of stuff with that. Cool. So you guys have decided to bolt, but like everyone's kind of taking an action, taking a hold action to make an attack or something when one of these guys pops out. Um, so again, you guys are going. Nothing happens for like the first 6 seconds. You guys just travel up like a good, basically 2 turns of travel, and then further up, they pop up again, and they just like they go to try to throw more of these rocks down. But you all get some pot shots. So anyone who did have something held, go ahead and make do their attacks. We'll start with Hoyt. You were shooting one, right? Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay.
And do I have to make some kind of saving throw or something for Thorn Whip?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I got 16.
16 hits.
Mm-hmm. So my D10. That's not a D10. That's my D10. 9 plus 3, so I hit for 12.
And this is just with your regular bullet?
Mm-hmm. Regular bolts.
Okay. So one of these things pops up, and you just, and you just nail it right between the eyes, right in the forehead. And you just see like, it's like, and it drops for a second, and then it just gets up laughing, and throws the rock down. And it's for sure, it's like this, all you see is this huge green-faced creature with like, kind of like, almost like a bit elongated face that ends in like these, like human-looking teeth, but they're just a little bit sharper, and they got a couple of like really sharp canines. They got this long, black matted hair, and you can see when he pulls out his arm, it is crazy long compared to like you can see some of his torso, and this arm is like maybe one arm is like nearly 5 feet long, and it just whips it down crazy hard. Who else was doing something on this like interruption? What do you got?
Let's see. It says make a melee spell attack against the target. If the target hits, the creature takes 1d6 piercing damage. But I was trying to hit a rock just to get it not to hit the wagon.
Very cool. All right, go ahead and make that same melee spell attack roll.
How do you do that?
So it's that's for you. It's proficiency plus wisdom. So just roll d20 like an attack roll.
Okay. And what would I add to that? My spell attack bonus?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just roll plus your spell attack bonus.
That'd be 19.
19. Very good.
13 plus 6.
Cool. All right, I'll keep that in mind. And was Colburn doing anything?
Nope.
Okay. Cool. So you guys are booking it. And Willow, did you have anything saved?
No, I didn't. I was just kind of waiting for anybody to get injured or hurt, and I was gonna be ready to do that.
All right. If that's the case, go ahead and make another make another roll, please. The d20 plus proficiency and dex. Okay. So the again another barrage of those rocks come flying down. So you put down some suppressing fire and some thorn whips to swipe away some of the rocks before they land. So everyone in the group only takes half of 17, so 8 damage, including the cart.
Dead.
I mean, he's trying to kill us.
A little bit.
I'm almost dead. Like I'm driving this carriage, I'm bleeding everywhere.
We all just took, did you say we
So
just all
rock
took 8
hits you
damage?
then. What's that?
You just said we all took 8 damage?
8 damage, yeah.
I'm gonna be the only one to make that alive.
It might be occurring to you guys that the advantageous position that these creatures have on you might be a bit much, and that maybe running might be the only real option.
That's all we're trying to do.
It seemed like some defensive measures were helpful, like the thorn whip. So if you have any other ideas like that, please let me know. Let's see, one more.
Yes, get the hell out of here.
So go ahead.
I wonder if
and
you
roll.
can ship any ale up the mountain.
Yeah. Especially this time of year. So one last time, give me a the cart driving roll. So roll your die, add proficiency and dexterity.
All right, so first roll's
Come on,
4.
Dennis.
Oh, bad. 4 plus 3 plus 2, so 9, and I roll again, right?
Mhm.
2 rolls, right?
You rolled for advantage last time. I can't remember why though.
Because I had Thorn Whip ready, and I still have Thorn
Yeah, you're
Whip
right.
ready.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Roll at advantage again. Yep. Go ahead.
19.
Thank you.
24.
19 on the die. Nice. Very nice. All right. And you got the thorn whip up. So. Oh, I rolled like trash. So in this case, combination of thorn whip plus some very good driving. You started getting a little bit more space since you're starting to get real close to that like hairpin turn. So it starts getting a little bit wider, so you can make that turn. And you managed to move the cart like serpentine a little bit, so you dodge some of those boulders. And actually this time no one takes any damage as you're like you make that hairpin turn. This time they were also throwing at a bad angle. They like popped out and they just started throwing sideways because you were no longer beneath them, and now you were above these things, and they have retreated into their little holes in the side of the cave, in the side of the rock face.
Okay, I'm bleeding. I'm covered in blood. I'm like kind of slumping a little bit driving. I'm giving my all.
Trying to stay conscious.
Trying to stay conscious with 6 HP. You know, like.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna heal. I can do prayer of healing. It says up to 6 creatures of your choice that I can see within range, which is 30 feet. Regain HP equal to 2d8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier. So
Very
I'm
cool.
gonna go ahead and try to add health to all of our
Here's 2D.
people.
Yeah.
Okay, so I roll this.
You shit.
I don't.
She don't have to roll a D20, huh? It's just a D8.
Yeah, 2d8s.
7 and 8.
Wow.
So plus
That'd be 15. 8 and 7 is 15.
All right. So everyone gets back 15 hit points.
plus
Hold on.
oh plus 6. Wait, what's ability? It's wisdom. Oh, it's relative.
What would she add to that? It says that she adds her spellcasting ability modifier.
That's
Wisdom's your casting ability, right?
Okay.
So
Plus 6. So it'd be 21.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus.
Wait, no. Your spellcasting ability is your wisdom modifier.
Yeah.
Wisdom is
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Okay.
No modifier. Yeah.
So what's the total?
It would actually be let's see. Yeah.
18. Okay. So now I'm fully healed.
I am too.
Cool.
I gotta do the math.
DJ should be fully healed.
I'm just under.
Okay.
CJ should be fully healed. He healed,
She healed us?
she healed us all for 18.
Well, it's not quite fully healed for me, but that's close. It's close enough.
The card, unfortunately, is still damaged. It's not super bad. It's basically it's taken 40% of its hit points lost. That'll take some tinkering to fix that. But
I thought it only took 11 damage.
it took 11 and then 8, so 19.
Okay.
19 of the
Okay.
50. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So like 38% damage.
But the wheels are still on it, right?
Yeah. It's still fully traveled. It's still fully functioning. So you guys make it further up the mountain. A couple other scares where you hear some like little rocks and stuff like that. You guys get on your guard and you like start picking up the pace. But you don't see. You don't have another encounter like that again. You make it. Eventually, it gets dark. It gets real close. You guys don't really want to stop. You guys push a little bit, and you make it to finally, you make it to a city near. You're still on the eastern side of the mountain, right? Not fully on the top of it yet, but you manage to you get through one switchback and you get to this large large area that you can flat area of the mountain range, and you see it's this huge city type deal. Lots of houses, lots of different machines all over the place. It seems like it's a little bit more high tech. You see electric lights out here. You see some people here even have managed to have some kind of small automobiles and things like that. And it seems like the city not only just goes on this flat area, but you see it going up the side of the mountain too. It seems like there are domiciles and full-on working places going up the side of the mountain at a 45-degree angle or higher or steeper. And with that, you've arrived at the city of Elo. And with that, we will begin again next week, I guess. We'll call it here since it's midnight my time. I don't want to push it too much further.
I want to sell my ale.
So thanks again, guys, for hanging out. Looks like we had a couple of technical difficulties, but we all hung in there, and I'm sure it'll all seem seamless in the edit. Thanks everyone for joining us. Thank you all to my players here for being fantastic and doing some really awesome, fun role playing. And we'll see you all when we see you, since I don't think we release on a weekly schedule.
No. We release when they're done.
Yeah. Have a nice night, everybody.
Bye.
Have a nice night.